Hey there, welcome to day 29 of the 100 Days of Python Code Along With Me challenge. I'm Bill Mosley, and if you want access to the entire list of videos in the 100 Days of Python, you can go to my website at bmosley.com/hdp. There's also a link at the bottom of the notes in this video, so if you want to access that, it's there for you. Let's get going with day 29. So for the last few days, we've been doing some more complex projects. So I thought it would be fun to switch it up a little bit and do something that's a little bit more fun and whimsical. And I'm going to go back to the turtle because the turtle is a lot of fun to play around with. And so let's start by importing the turtle. And I'm going to say from turtle, import all. And that's a simple way to do things. Not always safe if you've got a complex program, but this is not a complex program. This will be very simple and straightforward. So a couple of things that I want to do to get us kind of started here is I want to set the speed of my turtle. I'm going to set to 0, which is the fastest. We'll be doing a lot of drawing, so I want to get it going here. And then also I'm going to set the width of my line to 1. Now that's the default, so it's kind of redundant to do that, but I would just want to have an awareness of the width of my line because I'm going to vary that as we go through this. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to create a spiral here because I want to figure out how to draw a spiral. So how do I draw a spiral? Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to create a single piece of that spiral. So let's do this to start. I'm going to say for x in range, and we'll start at 1, and we'll say we'll go to 100. And we can vary that later on. In fact, I'm going to call that something else. I'm going to call it int reps, and I'm just going to define that as a variable up here because then it's easier to change later. Best not to get lazy at the beginning of the work. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to start drawing a spiral design. And the way a spiral works, of course, is it starts with a smaller circle in the middle, and it gets larger as it goes. So for x in range, I want to draw a circle, and I want to draw a piece of the circle. I don't want to draw a complete circle, but I want to draw an arc. So I'm going to draw an arc that changes in size from a small radius to a larger radius as we go. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to say x floor divided by 2 for the radius. And I actually don't need a floor divided. I'll just have divided by 2. Floor divided would give me an integer. Divided gives me a smoother transition, but it gives me a float. But that's okay for the circle radius. That's an allowable data type. And then the extent here is I'm going to say I want to go 10 degrees. So basically, each time it goes through this loop, it's going to draw a piece of an arc that's 10 degrees, and it's going to draw 100 of those, but it's going to start with a very small radius and go to a bigger radius. So let's check that out and see what it does if I run this piece. Oops, forgot something, didn't I? When I go down here at the bottom and I add the word done, it'll keep that window open so we can actually see what it's drawing. Okay, so there is a spiral. Now this is a uniform spiral, which is kind of interesting. But if we want to have something that's not uniform, in other words, the distance it goes between this part of the spiral and this part of the spiral, then we have to have something that is non-linear, which means we have to use a square. So what we'll do is we're actually going to change this to a slightly different formula. And so the formula that we're looking at is going to use a square. So if I say x to the power of 2 or x squared, then it's going to increase exponentially. In other words, it's going to go from 1, and then when x is equal to 2, it'll go to 4, and then it'll go to 9, and then it'll go to 16, and so on. So it'll increase very quickly in the radius value, and the result of this, you can see here, is now that it just goes straight off the page. So I want to play around with this. I'm going to divide that number. So if I divide it by 10, I'm just kind of tweaking the math here to get the design that I want. Now I like that one. That's a nice one. But I'm going to divide it by 20 and see how I like that. Notice it's still leaving the page, but that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool design. So maybe let's get the reps down a little bit so the max number doesn't go all the way off the page. Okay, let's go a little bit further than that. Let's go to 90. We're just playing with the numbers right now so we can see what kind of designs we can make. And I'm going to go 95. We're getting closer to what I want it to look like. I think that's great. Let's go there. So I like that. So that's fun. But here's an interesting thing that we can do. Now that I have this draws one wing of the spiral, what if I did something that drew that design over and over and over, but changed the angle a little bit? So if I say for y in range, and I go 1 to 361, so that gives us everything all the way up to 360 and including 360. And I don't want to go every degree, so I'm going to put a step value in here, and let's go every 10. So we're going to go from 1 to 11 to 21 and so on. So if I put that in there, and then I indent this, then it's going to repeat that through each one of those. And all I have to do is make sure that I teleport that back to 0, 0 each time. So 0, 0, because that's the origin, the starting point. And then set heading. I'm going to set the heading to Y each time. So now it's going to change the heading of the turtle each time it runs. So when I run that, this is going to be kind of fun. It's going to draw that design over and over and over. Now that's starting to look kind of cool. Okay, so I could let this run and see how the end result looks, but I'm kind of getting impatient and I kind of want to do a couple of other fun things with this design. So let's exit this before it's finished, and let's go back here and let's do a couple of other things. One thing I want to do is I want to change the color. I'm going to have it fade from black all the way to white as it goes out of the center of the circle. So what that means is, as it draws this spiral, it's going to need to change the color each time. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it come up with a formula for the color. And so I'm going to go int color equals, and we're going to change it to an int, and it's going to be x divided by the int reps. So it's going to create a decimal or a percentage here from 0 all the way to, or 1 all the way up to 95 over 95, which would be 100% or 1. And then we're going to multiply that times 255, which is the maximum color value. And then I'm going to use that to change the color. And I'm going to say int color comma, int color, comma, int color. Now for this to work properly, I have to tell it that I'm using a color model that goes from 0 to 255. And what I'm using here is RGB values, so red, green, and blue. But if I keep them all the same, then it's going to fade from black all the way to white. So now I need to change the color model. So if I say screen.color mode, and I just say 255, then I'm telling it that the color integers can go from 0 to 255. And that should take care of that for me. So let's try this again, but now with the color shifting. This is fun. All right, very cool. And you can kind of see how it starts black in the middle and it fades really nicely to the outside here. I really like how that looks. One thing I want to do though is I'm going to change this to 20 so there's more space in between each line. And I'm going to change the width of the line to a 2. So it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more pronounced. So let's check this out. That's even cooler. And again, this takes a little while to render the whole thing. But if you're patient or you want to go grab a cup of coffee, then you can come back after you let it run and you can see what kind of a cool design you can make. Now, another thing that you can play around with is maybe playing around with the pen width. You could have it go from a wide width to a narrow width or the other way around, or maybe you could have each line be a different width. So there's a lot of different things that you can do here. And don't forget, you can play around also with the formula that determines the severity of the spiral as well. So there's a lot of cool things you can do there. But what I want to do is I want to play with this a little bit differently. And what I want to do here is define actually, you know what, I'm just going to have it draw a circle, a dot, as it's drawing here. You know what though? Let's do this. I'm going to have it, let's define a function called draw shape. And that way I can vary the shape however I want. And I'll say int size. And so we'll start by, I'm going to turn left 90 degrees, and then I'm going to draw a circle of int size, and then I'm going to turn right 90 degrees. And let's fill that in. So I'm going to begin fill at the beginning, and then I will end fill at the end. Now in here I could draw whatever shape I wanted. Turning left will put the circle centered on the line. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say, I don't want it to draw every segment. So let's think this through. Let's see if x modulus int reps, no, sorry, if x modulus 7 equals 0, so every time it's a number divisible by 7, then it's going to draw basically every 7 segments, it's going to draw the shape. So then we're going to draw a shape, and we'll have it do an int size that is static for now. So let's just draw a circle of 5. Let's see how that looks. And it's going to, of course, take even longer to render. But now we're adding these little dots on the line, which makes our shape even more interesting. You can see how it kind of spreads them out in interesting ways. And you can kind of see the beginning here of another spiral pattern inside the spiral pattern. So that's kind of fun. I could draw diamonds or squares or literally any kind of shape I wanted here. Another thing that I could do that's kind of interesting is I might want to do an x 4 divided by 2, or actually I can just x divided by 2. That's still going to get pretty large, so let's divide it by 3, and then the size of the shape now will become dependent on where we're at in the line. So the shape gets larger as we draw that line. And so we've got a lot of fun things. You can probably start to see why I enjoy playing around with the turtle so much, because it's literally a way to visualize math and visualize data and numbers in an interesting way and just kind of play with them. So anyway, I think that's great to get you started with this. And I hope that you have fun playing around with this on your own and adding your own ideas and playing around with maybe colors and different concepts. But those are some of the things with the spirals that I thought were interesting to explore. Have a fun day and enjoy your coding.